Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome. I hope you're okay wherever you are right now in the world. And welcome to your Friday. So, sorry, pardon me. Next to me, I have a dog who is very unhappy. Hang on a second. Just going to turn it down a little bit. It's a little bit too loud. So I've got a dog who is quite unhappy because it's absolutely tipping it down here in Brighton on the far south coast of England. And I took the dog out for a walk and she got completely soaked. So she is not happy. She's currently flopped atop the radiator, which I've just switched on, and I gave her some sausage in order to appease her, effectively. She's a very grouchy, very damp dog. But, yeah, everything's fine. So, YouTube, what's going on? So, I'm trying to finish section 19 out of 24 of a big video essay project that I'm working on. Parts 1 to 18 can be found below the stream in 2 work-in-progress renders. So I've made 2 renders for you, and yeah, so let me know what you think. But again, still very much a work in progress. Section 19 is actually really hardcore. It's taking me the entire week to do. So I'm pretty confident I can get it done by the end of today. There remains a section that I need to do at the end, and there's some foley that I need to put in after the fact with a boss fight, you see. So yeah, that's what's going on. So just trying to get this video essay done, and then of course after this segment it's parts 20 to 24. So yeah, hope everyone's doing very well. Thank you, Prince. Hi there, Prince. And 04 Joe. Thank you. And Volatile Espresso and Awesome Bulldogs and Crazy and Stoffohad. Thank you, all of you. 1 second. Indeed, Ilse. Yes, you're all very talented, including yourself, by the way. Right, 1 second. Okay, so, welcome to Kerbal Space Oh, the dog's moved. Welcome to Kerbal Space Program. So, what's going on? I am sending a ship to Eve. Eve is Venus in the game. Now, it is a bit of a pain because the ship that I'm sending has some design flaws that I might need to remedy and send a replacement. Basically, I might need to send a replacement ship. Now, what I'm doing right now, so the vessel is here. I've actually jumped back a couple of hours, well, about an hour really, on the playthrough because I realised that last night I made an extremely critical failure, which caused the ship to explode. So I've gone back to the point where I can undo that failure and try to do it in a way that's a little bit more controlled. Truth be told, I think this one will also fail. But nevertheless, we'll learn more as we do, so hopefully the next probe that we send will be a little bit better. Now, what is my current goal? If I just go to the Evelyn. My current goal isn't simply to send a probe to Eve, it's to come back, landing on the surface of Eve and then flying back. A very difficult challenge, very, very difficult challenge indeed. So, we're not simply sending some tiny robot that simply floats down to the surface of Eve and then beep boops to send information back. We're landing this fucking thing, this huge fucking thing on the surface of Eve in the hopes that we can cause it to climb up to the point that it can return to orbit and then dock with a teeny tiny little vessel here, which will then send a sample back to Kerbal. So this vessel was huge. I mean, this was an enormous rocket. I mean, hell, this was 2 enormous rockets, and the final end result is a tiny box, essentially. Yeah, so Eve is pretty hardcore. Now, in 161 days from now, the first maneuvering node will be reached, so I'll just warp straight there. Here we go. So yeah, I hope everyone's all right today. So I'll just do a little bit of this, and then I'll bog off to go get on with the editing today. So yeah, editing's going fine. Just hope I can get this video done because, you know, it's been too long now. How is everyone? Okay. Right. So about 161 days. We need to wait until we're in the correct position. Ilse's good, just doing some studying and volunteering. Good, good. All right. Yes, Tanuki. Even more so, in fact. Eve is not for beginners. So if Venus is the beautiful fair maiden of the solar system, Eve is the coked out insane psychotic girlfriend who will basically rip your testicles off if you so much as glance away. Eve is an absolute predator in the game, a man-eater for sure. You fuck with Eve, she'll rip your head off. Why? Why am I saying all of this? Because Eve's atmosphere is absolutely punishing. It's incredibly dense. It starts at 90 kilometers. You better have the largest possible heat shield if you're going to attempt to aerobrake over it. It is no Duna. Duna's atmosphere is pathetic. Venus will rip you to pieces. Is it worth it? It's the objective, Wada. It's the objective I've been issued. Splash down in the oceans of Eve, which are made out of jet fuel, apparently. Okay. So, let's turn the vessel. I need to start the burn immediately. To you too, Rennie. To you too indeed. I hope you're okay. Right. Indeed, Colonel. So, whereas last stream, yesterday evening, I was attempting an aerobrake maneuver at interplanetary speeds for reasons of nerve engines that I'm having trouble properly maneuvering, I'm now going to go much more gentle. I'm now going to attempt... So there are numerous design errors that I'll cover momentarily with this vessel. The most prominent ones being the lack of torque wheels on the nose cone. I don't know why I made such an error, but it is a big problem. It may be true that the craft can't subsequently bring back the sample for this reason. We'll see. But again, even if this vessel fails, the next Evelyn probe will be better designed. The trouble is it's very expensive. That's the main problem. Okay. Hi there, Sammy. Yes, indeed. I've been working about 16 weeks now on a single video, which is about 2.5 hours long. I finished about 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's a biggie, I'm afraid. By far the largest thing I've ever made on the YouTube channel, and I really hope I don't regret it. Okay. But yeah, I hope everyone's alright. Yeah, everything's fine here. Just kind of cracking on with the editing. Hi there, Harry. ZF Harry's in the chat. Hope you're good. Not really. Well, I don't know, Compulsive. There's a bit of a bad smell with Kerbal Space Program 2. Long story short, it's not made by the original developers at all. It's made by a company that's renowned for its scumminess. They've basically taken over the project. So there's a horrid stink with the sequel. Okay. Thank you, Burke Big. Or Burke Bulg. Thank you very much, Burke. Alright. Indeed, Giant, but that was a lie. No, it takes quite a long time to make any given bullshit. Well, it takes about 20 to 25 days to do a 10-minute bullshittery video. It's visual effects, and visual effects take a while, particularly if you want them to be smooth. If you don't give a shit about that, then yeah, some static text on the screen, you can get it done relatively quickly. But, yeah, if you want it smooth and nice looking, then you just got to invest the time, I'm afraid. Okay. So yeah, a bit of a slow process, I'm afraid. So this is, this is the quickest burn of the two, I'm afraid, and we're only 2/3 of the way in, 1/3 of the way in. So it's going to be a bit of a, for the next half hour or so, me just burning quietly with the nerves. I would speed up the time, but I don't want it to malfunction on me. Thank you, Notorious Niels. Thank you very much, Notorious. I don't know, Wado. I don't know. Sorry, forgive me. All of a very frequent question is, will I play X or will I play this? I don't know. I'm honestly, we'll see. I have no idea. Depends if it's good or not. Right. How long are the burns set to be? So this burn is approximately 6 minutes, with 4 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. So what we're doing right now is we're turning the rocket down in order to change our inclination. So all of the planets that are orbiting are spinning around the star in the middle, so they're in the gravity influence of the star, but some of the planets aren't fully flat. Some of them are tilty-wilty. So Eve has a 2.2 inclination difference between Kerbin, which is Earth, and, there's a difference of 2.2 degrees. So if we want to meet it when we go down, fly down to it, then we've got to match its inclination. So that's what we're doing. So imagine a ball of dough, and a chef spins it above his head. Eventually the dough will start spinning outwards and pulling into a disc form. That's basically what's happened. So a disc has formed as this matter spins around this star. But not all of the toppings are fully flat. Some of them are a little bit wonky. Made more wonky by impacts between individual objects as they hurl around the star. And initially, when this process first happened, it was fucking mayhem. Things crashed into each other. Other things flew so close that their gravity influence caused them to fling free, entirely free, of the solar system. Some parts were given an incredibly elliptical orbit. So they came screaming through the solar system once every few hundred years or whatever, and then disappear again. But eventually, everything kind of settles down. But alas, that's it's still got a 2.2 degree inclination difference when it comes to Eve. So, we gotta match that. Thank you, Kilimanjaro. Thank you very much, Kilimanjaro. And Cinekins. Thank you, Cinekins. Thank you. Okay. Is the sun that powerful, sling objects out of the solar system and returning to them? Well, the sun's not doing it. It's all of the objects that were hurtling around the sun, Wada, smashing into each other or coming too close. Bear in mind that there were huge sort of effectively dust clouds, but obviously things bigger than dust clouds. And the planets would just come along and start gobbling up huge chunks in their orbit. Jupiter being the main example. Jupiter has consumed a vast amount of mass in our solar system. Just cleared out everything. Apparently, Jupiter is probably the reason why Mars is so small. Mars is tiny. Weirdly so. And so the theory is that perhaps Jupiter basically ate up all of its food. It effectively cleared out this huge trough, I suppose, of matter that was in its way. It deprived Mars of its mass. Bit of a dick move, to be honest, but at the same time we shouldn't complain. Jupiter doing that, effectively clearing out such a vast amount of debris, is probably one of the major reasons that we're alive. It served as our guardian for millions upon millions of years. Impacts that probably would have annihilated primitive life on this planet. Nope. Jupiter stepped in and grabbed it before it could hurt us. Indeed, Jupiter is a bully, but it appears to be a bully that's on our side, which is good. No, not really, Storm. No, Jupiter's mass, whilst impressive, is a star is in a completely different league. Jupiter is a gas giant, but it's nowhere near the mass to initiate fusion. Okay, here we go. The maneuver is nearly finished. Right. Indeed, as Dr. Bear says, so is it 98% of all the mass in our solar system is just the star? To the point that the planets are a fucking rounding error. Even Jupiter. Okay, confirming maneuver. Stop. There we go. So, we are now on the same inclination. So again, the analogy that I made last night. imagine it's the film Inception, and you have a spinning top on the surface of a table. If two spinning tops are next to each other, and they both have a metal rim on the edge of the top, right? And you want the two metal rims to touch when the spinning tops overlap, I suppose. Pretend that they can move into one another, magically, or whatever. And you want the two edges, specifically the edges, to align. Well, that's easy. If both spinning tops are standing at the exact same, pointing straight up, fine, easy peasy. But what happens if one of the spinning tops is off to one side, spinning on a slight angle? Then potentially the two edges could never fucking touch. That's the problem we've got with this inclination difference. We've had to tilt our top to be the same tilty-wiltiness as that top, and we've done that. So now, if we move the two tops together, which is our next move in 63 days, we should touch edges. Should. Thank you, Bayerman. Thank you very much, Bayerman. Well, in my defense, Panda, there is a lot of text, and one cannot read all of it without it becoming a strangely reactive stream experience. Thank you, Crumbler. Thank you very much, Crumbler. Right, turn to face next maneuver. Good morning, Novi. I hope you're very well. Hope you and Rosie are very well. Over here, I have a very damp dog who's annoyed that I took her out this morning. Novi made me something. Did you? What did you make? And thank you kindly. You made me a PowerPoint. A PowerPoint? Does anyone use PowerPoint? I don't think I have PowerPoint. Microsoft Office? Oh, I see. I'll have a look later, Novi. Sorry, just in the middle of the stream thing. But thank you very much. Okay. So warping to next maneuver. Hope you're very well, Novi. Hope you're A-okay. Right, there we go. Oh wow, what the fuck? What's that? I've never seen that before. Is that a Oh, is that a comet? Fascinating. What's this? Interesting. Is that because I've built the oh no, it's gone. Is it just like a visual effect? It doesn't really exist? What was that? Curious. I've got one of those satellite things. What is it, like an infrared satellite? So maybe it's because I've got that? Okay. Interesting. I'll look into that later. Okay. I'm afraid not. Sorry, Novi. I don't really. I don't really do that. I don't really link the live stream to things that have been linked. Sorry. Okay. Besides, I don't really have a sterile streaming environment. I'm afraid this is just my personal PC, so I can't really just display capture or whatever. Show me later, Novi, and thank you very much. I hope you're well. Okay. Here we go. Right, so we're ready for the next maneuver. I need to jettison the fuel tanks, to reduce the mass of the craft. I think we're good. Just give it a few more seconds. Right. Speed up the time just a little bit. Whoops, too much. Okay, here we go. Okay. So now, what I'm doing is I'm slowing the craft down. So in orbit, if we pick up speed, our orbit on the other side of whatever we're orbiting will increase. If we reduce our speed, then it will go down. It will decrease. So what we need to do is we need to go all the way down to meet Eve. So she's down there. So we simply turn the rocket around and slow down. Simple as that, really. once you have the ability to turn the rocket and switch the engine on and off, you can pretty much go anywhere. Well, fuel permitting, you can go anywhere. Unfortunately, this is a 12-minute burn, so we're going to be here a little while, I'm afraid. Sorry. Okay. Now, here's the drama. Last time, I was attempting to do an aero brake on the atmosphere of Eve, which is an incredibly dangerous maneuver that many people familiar with Kerbal Space Program have probably just winced at. An incredibly risky maneuver, and it did not pay off at all. The craft was destroyed, so I'm now going to be a lot more delicate. Now, the design errors with this craft are fairly numerous. The big one is that I haven't put a torque wheel on the probe itself, which is a major error, which means I need to get as low as I can to the atmosphere on a low orbit, which will, I'm pretty sure I do have the Delta V, and then basically push ever so gently the probe into the atmosphere. And I'm hoping that if I can get the angle right, it will perform a descent, a steady descent. It might not. It may well explode. If it does, then we've learnt a lesson there, and I need to design the second probe to be better. In addition, the smaller cargo probe that is meant to take the results back has been attached to the tug. This is the tug. Now, ideally, I should have attached it to the probe, frankly, because it's not within the protective envelope of the inflatable heat shield. So, that is a huge problem. What I might try to do is keep this, the main body of this craft, again, Delta V permitting, just out of the atmosphere and staying there. Maybe. So basically I need to try and nudge the probe into the atmosphere and then have this lift up just a little bit. Again, I'm not very confident that I can do that. I don't think it's going to work. Because I didn't actually give its own independent probe control, because I was reliant on this probe taking over control, you see, docking with it. But clearly that was a bad idea, frankly. It was just a poor design choice. I should have made 3 completely separate craft that I could operate completely independently, instead of this, which is like a scaffold that can be grabbed and then used as like an engine. Okay, here we go. Jettisoning empty fuel tanks. Jettisoning now. Thank you. Okay. Tanuki says, since space doesn't have any drag, what do you need to keep the reactors running for outside of when you want to get out of a certain orbit? Well, you don't. As in, you only need to burn, in this case, propellant, when you want to increase or decrease your speed. You'll just keep going otherwise. So in this case, I'm trying to slow the rocket down at the precise moment that when we arrive on the other side of our orbit, Eve will be there to meet us. And then I'm just going to touch her outer gravity well, and then same thing. When I get there, slow down, enter a nice orbit around Eve, again, slow down, and keep dipping down little bits at a time, until we get to about 91 kilometers above the surface. And then, because the atmosphere itself starts at 90, I'll just try to push this craft ever so gently, just boop, into the atmosphere, in the hopes that drag will bring it down smoothly. Now, I might need that orbit to be completely rounded as opposed to elliptical, because I'm not entirely sure how it's going to behave when it touches the atmosphere. I basically need to give it a tiny spin and then just leave it just floating. And I'm hoping that the drag effect on a gently spinning inflatable heat shield will keep it facing the right direction as it goes through a full descent. I'm not confident, I'm going to be honest. I think this vessel will fail. But again, it's all a learning experience. Hi there, Kiggy. Hope you're very well. Been a while, sir. You too. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. Yeah, over here was fine. Must admit, I'm glad it's over. The Christmas Day meal was very nice, but it was with my mum, my mum's boyfriend, my auntie, and my uncle, and they're way over 50, and therefore there was very little we could actually have a conversation on, like the difference between someone in their 30s and someone over 50. Yeah. They were talking about television shows and stuff on the BBC, and I was like, I have no idea what they're on about. And then we played Scrabble, and I spelled first I spelled the word cunt, and apparently that wasn't appreciated. And secondly, I spelled the word manganol, and they didn't know what that was. It's a type of Chinese trebuchet. And then I spelt the word pog, and they looked at me like I was mad. And I realised, okay, I'm way younger than these people. And then after that, before that, on Christmas Eve, we went to a much larger meal with most of the family, cousins and their significant others and all that. But there were lots of kids. There were lots of 4 to 7-year-olds, and they were running around screaming. And it was all very loud. And Lulu got trodden on a few times, and she got very nervous. After the third time she was stepped on, she got incredibly skittish, and she was kind of, I was kind of holding on to her the whole time. It was a stressful meal because it was like, poor Lulu. And there was another dog there, and she didn't get on with it, so I had to basically white knuckle hold her leash the whole time. Couldn't just ignore her for a few minutes. But yeah. Prin says Scrabble is unironically one of the reasons my parents separated. He looks over on her board. She spelt out, I want a divorce. He's like, well done. That's many points there. No, read it. Yes, indeed, you have X many points. Well done. You're winning. Thank you, Derva Gill. Thank you very much, Derva Gill. We're going to Eve, Simple Garrick. And thank you, Cinekins. Thank you very much, Cinekins. Thank you. Cinekins and Tibbs and Bayerman, Crumbler, Westy, and Derva Gill. You're all very kind. Thank you. I'm 36. No, Daisy. I'm 18 times 2. Right. Right, how long till the burn? Right, so 4 minutes more of this burn. Bloody hell. So, how are we doing? So note the blue line. Here we are. So that's our current position. So the blue line is steadily... So there we were before. Here we are now. And so there's Eve. Well, technically there's Eve right now, but that's where Eve will be. Okay. Indeed, Novi. Indeed. But yeah, I hope you and your household are very well. Best wishes to sheep. Novi says, we're good. Still recovering from COVID. May you have a very swift recovery then. Sorry to hear it. Yes, it's getting to the point where I'm starting to put my mask back in my coat pocket, and I'm going to put it on when I go into shops and stuff. I don't want COVID. Fuck that shit. Not that the mask particularly helps me from, my understanding is that it doesn't necessarily stop you from getting COVID, but it stops you from spreading it if you have it, right? Water droplets caught in the mask or whatever, as opposed to sprayed out all over someone's desk. Both, says Farinir. Oh, okay. Either way, it sounds like every little helps. Also, I need to go to the supermarket. I'm running out of food. Silena. Hi there, Silena. You recently had it. It was unpleasant. Yeah. I was just thinking back a few years ago, the day before yesterday, I was thinking back a couple of years ago, remembering when we were all murmuring about this strange disease in China. Like, oh no, what if it gets here? Those halcyon days before COVID where it's like, It was almost like a strange, could this be something bad? And then before we knew it, it's like, yeah, it's everywhere. Hi there, Mossy J. Welcome indeed, Mossy. Hi there, Daisy Valdez in Mexico. Hope you're okay in Mexico. Hope Mexico is okay. Over here in the UK, it is a bit nippy. It's a bit sort of, oof, put a hat on. But mostly it's soaking wet. It's been tipping it down with rain. I walked up and down the street whilst walking Lulu the day before yesterday, wearing wellies, so Wellington boots, and with a big umbrella. And I would periodically stop and start using my wellies to kick the leaves out of the clogged drains, because all down the street there was flooding, basically, where the drains were completely full of leaves. So I was just doing my little bit as a citizen to sort of get the water flowing again down into the sewers. Yeah. Do I have any clothes for Lulu? Indeed, she has multiple different types of coat, be it waterproof or just light, slight chill, thick, fleecy one for when it's freezing. And she also has a cool coat, which is what she wears when it's too hot. It's like you soak it and it evaporates and it emulates sweating, so that the heat is lifted off her body. She hates all of them. She wants to just be free to roll around in the shit. And I'm like, no, you bloody dog. I'd show her on camera, but she's at the curtain and she's got the curtain open, so we just toned down the burn, actually. Right, so I actually need to switch over to Eve herself. Hello, Eve. Okay. Whoops. There we go. So, the purple line is my current planned trajectory. Quick save. In a moment, you're about to see an orange line appear indicating my actual trajectory. So, I need to be particularly careful. 90 kilometers is the start of the atmosphere. And coming in at, let's go for a high orbit, frankly. We'll go high and then we'll start, because we've got nerves, so we've got to do a bit of a long burn. So I'm not going to come in low like we were doing before. Thank you, Turbo Foul Pez. Thank you very much, Turbo. So a little bit harder on the burn. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a lovely time. Just trying to think if there's any news, really. I feel really boring. I've just kind of been editing away. I'm just kind of working on this video. Yeah. Oh, hello. Right, there we are. So, we have touched Eve's gravity well. In fact, it might be advisable to just leave it there. Hold on. Let me confirm this maneuver. So, we've entered Eve's gravity well. That is an intercept. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the craft, place down a maneuvering node here, right? So add maneuver. Then I'm going to go back to Eve. Can I make it as equatorial as possible? So hello, Eve. There's Eve. That's where we are, down there. So if I go down to the bottom left here and select the maneuvering node, select the visual representation of the node, and then shimmy the inclination. Give me a little bit more power. Okay, hello. So, with a teensy-weensy burn there, I can come up a little bit more equatorially. Just a little bit. In fact, maybe come down... Whoa, that's too much. Come down just a little bit. So, a bit lower, if you please. There we go. Cool. Let's do that then. So, as you can see, we're passing, and as we pass, it's gravity well, it's bending our trajectory there, isn't it? Okay. So let's do that. So that is a 31 meters per second velocity change to be performed in 49 days. Lovely jubbly. Right. Here we go. Speeding up the time. 40 days away. Eve is doing its thing with the very frustrating Gilly. Well, actually, it's not really Gilly that's frustrating. It's Ike. Spinning around and perturbing your maneuvering plans. Sorry, Ike is Duna's moon, you see. So the commonly mentioned factoid that I say is that, yes, looking at the other planets in our solar system, our moon becomes an ever more obvious anomaly. If ever there's going to be a symbol of the Earth, if ever we make an international federation, it will be a single image of the Earth and next to it the moon. Because that may well be unique, or at least extremely rare. Our moon is enormous. Most planets have teeny weeny little moons, captured things that they've grabbed and stolen. Gilly is no doubt an example. Just a little bit of matter that's either been grabbed from an asteroid or whatever, or maybe in a dust cloud that's been squashed down into a moon. But our one is like fucking it's gigantic. We got this ridiculously chunky, thick moon. It may well serve as the thing that makes us distinct amongst a galactic community. Okay, so how long until... Whoopsie, I've missed the burn time. Right, so where's my path? So see the orange line? Isn't the moon part of the Earth? Indeed, that is the belief. That is the hypothesis that best matches the facts that we have available, is that there was probably an extremely large impact early on in the Earth's formation. Presumably we had a hit, probably a direct hit with another planet. We've called it Theia, that planet that we destroyed. The samples that we took from the moon's surface indicates that it's made of identical material, so yes, it's probably an accretion disk of debris that was blasted off the side of both Earth and Theia when we smashed into each other, explaining why it's so ridiculously big. Okay. There we go. So, there is our gravity intercept with Eve in approximately 133 days. I'm now going to add a maneuver here. Now, I have 1,237 delta V remaining. Okay, so if I subsequently maneuver to reduce my speed, how much would it take for a high orbit? And how long would the burn be? A 5-minute burn. Ouch. Okay. So a high orbit, 369. Nice. Yeah, we should be able to do it. We should be able to get an orbit and then gradually slip down. So again, I'm totally anticipating that this probe is going to fail, but at least we'll learn. Okay. So there we go. So we have our intercept in 135 days. So the reason I'm being so cautious is because Eve is a fucking man-eater. And she destroyed this probe last night. Instantly. I came into the atmosphere at such speed and at such an angle that she basically ripped my head off. Thank you, Boothroyd. Thank you very much, Boothroyd. 1 second, if you please. I'm just going to go for a wee-wee. Thank you, Barbo. Thank you very much, Barbo. Thank you. Hang on. Right. Nervous, the mental image. Yes, I wash my hands. I've got the squeezy soap thing. Right. Okay. So, let's just speed to the next objective then. So here we go. So, our ship is now falling down towards Eve. So 135 days. Let's go. But yeah, hope everyone's okay. Yeah, Just trying to think if there's any news, really. My mum, god damn it. So my mum asked if she could, because I went for coffee with my mum this morning. She asked if she could just pop into my flat in order to remove a contact lens that was stuck or something. But I hadn't prepared for guests in any way, so the place was a fucking tip. So my mum walked in to find like packets of packets of stuff everywhere, not shit. Like the floor's a mess. Lulu's been like pulling apart some Amazon packet that I received. I gave her the cardboard thing and was like, here you go. Oh shit, we're already here. Are we on the maneuvering node? Pretty much. There's Eve. Alright, we'll start the burn. Hang on. In any second now. Fuck it, let's just go. Gently. Thank you, Unicorn. Thank you very much, Unicorn. Much appreciated, Unicorn. Thank you. And thank you, Tuajin. Thank you very much, Tuajin. Okay. Right. We do have some monopropellant. Oh, of course. We used it previously, didn't we? Right. So, it's a 5-minute and 50-second burn, where I just need to reduce our speed. So currently, again for those just joining, we are about to sail straight past. So Eve is here. So where is it? Am I dense? Eve escape. Oh, sorry. I thought I was way zoomed out. Yeah, Eve is right there. Okay. So effectively, we're sailing past Eve right now. Oops. Be a bit more delicate. Okay. I need to reduce our speed so that it captures us. The analogy that I keep making all the time, but it's the best way that I can describe it to the people who are watching not sure what they're looking at, is to imagine a playground of children holding a piece of fabric very, very tightly like a trampoline. They're all holding one individual edge of the blanket and pulling it really, really hard so it's stretched. And then the teacher will drop balls onto the fabric. A tennis ball will deform the fabric just a little bit. A bowling ball, a shit ton. And so what's happening, and I'm describing how space is being folded by mass, it's generating gravity. Effectively, it's making a funnel. So we're on the edge of one of these funnels. Eve, a bowling ball. And we're just coming in here at high speed, and the fold is going to make us go whoop. It's going to fling us sideways. We're just going to curve around the edge. But if I slow down, which is something like an object just scooting along on its own, like a tennis ball or something, couldn't do. But we've built rockets that can slow down or speed up. So if we do that, if we just slow down, we might be able to fall into its funnel, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to, instead of screaming back out onto the blanket, we're trying to fall in a controlled way into the funnel. Just like one of those supermarket charity coin slot machine things where you put a coin in and it starts circling round and round and round until it falls into the middle, because obviously the coin is experiencing drag as it goes down, so it's slowly circling down and down and down closer to the charity box. In this case, we don't have that drag, so all I have to do is slow down and we'll maintain a persistent orbit around this funnel. So we're about halfway now. Whereas what I did last night was similar. I still wanted to get inside its funnel, but what I did is aerobraking. So we would basically scream in at extreme speed and then just touch the edge of the atmosphere. And then drag from the atmosphere would reduce our speed. Like, again, a stone skipping on the surface of water on a pond. Each skip, the stone it flies up a little bit less, doesn't it? So you get like 3 or 4 skips and then the stone sinks. That's what I was trying to do. Where you bleed off a little bit of speed each time by skipping across the surface of the water. Sure, Gnerf, but I just mean to visualize it. Again, this is just the way that my teacher showed it to me. Got us all out in the playground with the big sheet thing, and all the children had to grab one side of the sheet, and the teacher would roll balls out onto the sheet and explain how gravity works. It's really just a way of visualizing it in your head. Okay. Yeah, see, you remember, lady. Was this a British thing? Because I keep mentioning this, and a lot of people just stare at me confused, as if they never had that. I remember this. It was in the 90s, like it was secondary school physics. Physics teacher would just get the sheet. We'll stand outside in the gym or something. It's memorable because it was like, lol, we're going to the gym? Physics? What? I even remember the colour of the sheet. It was like a circus, you know, like circus colours, like yellow and red. It was weird. I don't know what it was for. Clearly it wasn't for physics. Okay. Right, here we go. So, as we slow down, our coin is about to start circling the charity machine. Alright. It's a little bit wonky. But it doesn't matter too... well, it does matter a little bit. Let's get to high orbit and then change inclination. Okay. Here we go. Thank you, Mandaroni. Thank you very much, Mandaroni. There we go. Eve has captured us. Show me my orbital stats, if you please. Inclination 4.1 degrees. Okay. Apoapsis. Yep. Burn a little bit more. Eensy weensy. Oh god, really, Quantum Monkey? Oh god, that's terrible. That's not good. It's really not good. Really? They don't teach evolution in Israel until you're an undergraduate? Fuck. Thank you, Finn the Noob and Mandaroni. Thank you very much. Okay, there we go. So, hang on. Let me just bring up a node and see if I can... Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nope, I cocked up. Hang on. 0.5 is totally acceptable. Maybe I can... That's fine. 0.5 is fine. Okay, so just another teeny weeny burn at this maneuver in one day. So here we go. There we go. Yes, yes. Evolution's just a theory. Yes. Just like gravity. Here we go. Oh, really? You're there too? Are you physics? Physics? Oh dear. Well, greetings. Hi there from the UK. It is very damp and soggy, naturally. Here we go. So, effectively, I was a little bit tilty-wilty, and now I'm just reducing the tilty-wilty. Very complicated, obviously. Complicated terms. So my inclination, I would like it to be as equatorial as possible, basically. So there's Eve. Hello. Right. You too, Ankiatni. Hope you've had a lovely Christmas. And cut. Good enough. Okay. Right. Thank you kindly, Lady of the Manor, and welcome indeed. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait for my apoapsis over here, and I'm going to add a maneuver. Wait, did I confirm the last maneuver? I did. So, I would like to please reduce my altitude, well, my periapsis, so the lowest point of my orbit. 1 second. Let's reduce it down to... Now, I just want to be on the edge. Yeah, we've got more than enough delta V. Excellent. So again, I'm fully anticipating that this is going to fail. That's fine. Let's take it down there to start with. What is weird? Why is my inclination so scuppered? Maybe I'll try from a... Hang on. Cancel that for a second. Can I just put a node here where the presumed inclination node would be? Whoops. Yeah, there we go. Where the ascending node would be. Sorry, cancel that again and just do it one more time. There we go. Just try and make it as perfect as I can. 0 point, there we go, wonderful. Okay, so point to face this maneuver, and then it's in 8 days. Okay, so we're very lazily moving at a high orbit right now. We do have a comm relay up here, the Eve relay, with an extremely powerful transmitter, so we've got a nice crystal clear connection to the Kerbal Space Center. Alright. So for those just joining, you're looking at a very heavy-duty probe which is on its way to Venus. Landing has been achieved a couple of times before with a couple of probes, but I'd like to try and send a probe back from the surface, which is way tougher because you've got to land all the necessary fuel in order to get back up again. And question mark whether this, can it even do it? I don't know. That's what we're here to try and figure out. Oh, hello. Oh, that's the other alarm that I set. What's the probe for? Science. Take some samples, take some readings. Yeah. Figure out what the surface of Venus is like. Obviously make contact with the Venusians. For some reason only the ladies working at the Space Center can understand what the fuck they're saying. The men just stand and go, Quoi? 1 minute. Alright, there we go. So let's go down to do a couple of burns. I just want to be a bit delicate because we do have nerves. And I just want to, so I don't want to go like super crazy. I can't do a hard burn. If I could, but it would be not very efficient. Okay, hang on. So let's go. So warp to next maneuver, 15 days. We're just waiting for our probe to lazily move to the maneuvering node over here. Okay, so the big flaw with this craft is that it does not possess a torque wheel on the probe itself, which was a big problem. It might actually scupper the entire mission. So I'm just trying to bring it down to the point that how to describe this with the Eve analogy. Basically, Eve is a psychopath. She's a bipolar psychopath, and I want to hand her something that's very fragile, and I want her to be very delicate with it. Please, here's this Ming vase, crazy Eve lady. Please don't shatter it into a billion oh god. Basically, I'm going to push this probe into her atmosphere, and I want it to gently glide down. Right. Here we go. So there we go. We're just turning the craft away from our direction of travel and burning, reducing our speed ever so gently now. Well, I do want it to hurtle towards the ground, Emerald, but in such a way that it does not explode. And then the parachutes will handle the landing. Right. Okay, the slight weird angle that I just did that burn gave me a slight inclination of 0.2, but it's within favourable tolerances. Okay. I hope not, Spider. I really hope not. Okay. What's the best way to learn how to play this game, Panzer? I strongly recommend dropping into career mode, because it gives you a limited number of parts and they cost money to do. Don't do sandbox mode, because it will give you all of the parts and it will melt your brain. Simply drop into career mode and then start trying to follow the objectives issued one by one by the space command. There'll be very simple things, such as launch a rocket up, literally, like your first objective. And then click on this button here, this checklist. Every time something goes with the green tick, it will indicate when it's been achieved. Some objectives will say between X and X altitude, so you got to be careful to make sure that you achieve everything tick, 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 tick in a row. One would be like test a parachute within X altitude or whatever. So gradually, you'll start to get the hang of it. Okay. Indeed, chat does that, Ilse. Of course, you know that. Okay. Oop, confirmed. Lovely. Same dealio. So from the periapsis, let's reduce. Let's keep going down. So watch out for... Yeah, we don't really need to watch out for Gilly. That's a much harder burn than I anticipated. We're going to have the Delta V for this? That's what I fear. Will a slight skip across the atmosphere be advisable? Hang on. So we're up here. Add maneuver in 3 hours from now. Are these kind of speeds? Hell no. We could give it a quick go, and I do mean like very high altitude. We're just going to skim it. Like 3 kilometers? We'll save it before I do anything stupid. Yeah, like 88. Just 2 kilometers dip into the atmosphere. Let's see what happens. We're probably going to die, is probably the answer. But if we can save Delta V, then hooray. Okay, so let's point to face maneuver. 3 hours till the burn. Yeah, I'm anticipating death. Okay, quick save. Warp to next maneuver. All of these solar panels are no doubt going to shatter. At which point we may have trouble running the nerves. Let's go. So it's already quick save, so I can load it if needs be. No, physics, no. Okay. Come on, burn, 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 burn. So I'm just trying to skip across the very, very edge of Eve's atmosphere without exploding. Can I retract the solars? Unfortunately not. Another design flaw. I should have put the retractable ones. Okay. Ooh. Our center of gravity is now completely off, isn't it? Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so we're very nose cone heavy. Thank you, 90 UK. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you. Indeed, Spectrums. Indeed, we did. Okay. But again, if we didn't, then we adapt the next probe for it. I'm not anticipating success with this mission. Here we go. There's still lots of things I can see that I'd like to change for the next one. Okay. Hi there, Doom Lord. Hi there indeed. Hope you're okay. Right. Not really, Bomber. I would like to try and succeed with the mission, obviously. But it's a very complicated probe. Alright. Right, so very gentle lick. 90 kilometers. Here we go. Okay, that's enough. 88.2 kilometers. Again, we're probably going to have to quick load in a minute when it explodes. Here we go. So we're careening straight down towards Eve. Could do Tartha, but that's not the objective. Alright. Hello, Eve. You incredibly angry mistress. So, again, this thing is probably going to blow up any second now, and I'll realise that this is a stupid idea. Right, can we retract this? Retract antenna. Do I still have control? Yep, full probe control. Just trying to save a bit of delta V, you see. These solar panels are not retractable, I'm afraid, so they're going to shatter, and I'll have to go with these ones on the probe, which are retractable and are sheltered and ready. There we go. Right, here we go. Get ready to touch the edge of the atmosphere. Make sure the... There we go. We're just going to skim. So. Here we go. Any second now. You're about to see a lot... Yeah, so expect explosion. Touching the atmosphere now. There we go. How are we doing? Steadily, it's coming down steady. Whoa, there we go. We're taking damage. We've just passed the Perry, so now we're climbing. Look at that, Jesus, look at that heating. Kind of worked though. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. Trouble is though, it might take forever. I do have 500-ish delta V, so maybe How much would a burn actually cost me? Roughly. Too much delta V. Oh no. 565 delta V remains. Do I have no choice? Okay. Speed up to the next one. Let's do it again. Here we go. Warping again. Have to wait a day or so. Good point, Burko. We'll give that a go. Sorry, that's sorry, that wasn't 24 hours, that was days. God damn it. Okay. No, Sirion will explode for sure. Here we go. Hello, Eve. Turn the craft sideways. How durable are the engines? Well, they're nerves, so they'll explode fairly quickly. Right. So we're just kissing, very gently kissing the atmosphere. Here we go again. Eve is beautiful. Absolutely savage. Right, here we go, just touching the atmosphere. So here goes the heating. We're okay. Slight spin in order to try and reduce the heat being generated on each individual part. Okay. We're coming down steady, but we might need a few of these. Yes, we have a rotisserie probe, everybody. There we go, out of the atmosphere again. Might be here a while. Fuck. Damn it, we're gonna be here like fucking years, frankly. Months. Could go a tiny bit lower. I mean, could we? Things are heating up pretty heavy. Okay. What if... How low do you think we can get? I mean, I might be able to get away with my main plan. Maybe I should just try it. If it goes wrong, then I'll just load it. Okay, so let's quick save now. Okay, so let's go to my add maneuver at the app. Let's try my main plan anyway, rather than take forever doing this. Okay, so increase just out of the atmosphere by a tiny amount. There we go. So warp to this maneuver. Here we go. Thank you, Sh593I. Thank you very much, Sh. Thank you. And thank you, Jet. Much appreciated, Jet. Thank you. Okay. So just take us to safety. Face the maneuver. Bringing up my orbital stats. Okay. Turning the vessel. Right. Come on, where's the maneuver? Weird. Okay, never mind. Should be fine. Tiny, tiny. There we go. So we're just out of the atmosphere. Right, now we start a burn. Once we get a bit closer, of course. Would it be better to do it on the other side of the Perry or before? Probably on the other side of the Perry. Well, pretty much on the Perry. They're nerves though, so don't expect much. There we go. So burn pretty much most of the propellant. And then just leave it. And then we repeat the atmospheric kissing. So hang on, how much have I got? So, so 500. Bring us down to around about there. Okay? Right, so turn to face maneuver, warp to next maneuver. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Multiple little burns at the Perry. And there goes Gilly. Okay. So, for those just joining, this attempt to land a probe on the surface of Eve is hampered by the fact that I've made some design errors with the probe, notably its lack of torque wheels, which means that I cannot simply release the probe and easily control it down into the atmosphere. What's going to happen? It's going to behave exactly like an umbrella in the wind. The inflatable heat shield is going to be turned effectively upside down and be held there by the atmosphere without a torque wheel to properly counteract that. So, I need to make sure that it goes in at a flawless angle and stays there all the way down, which I don't think is going to work. Hang on. If I started to burn now, would my periapsis drop at all? Just monitoring my peri. Should be fine, so long as the peri doesn't go below 90. So the app is dropping. There we go. Is it? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong number. It's up here. There we go. Peri's dropping fast. Peri's fine. Okay, watch that. Oh, orbit. No, I want the maneuver. Ooh, okay, sorry. Wrong stat that I was looking at there. Oh no, wait, it's not being updated? Okay, gotta watch that like a fucking hawk. If that goes into 90 kilometers, I'm dead. So I need to wait until I burn after the Peri. Okay, and make sure I've got about 50 delta V left. Okay. So sorry for those. So I'm just slowing the rocket down, essentially, because I've got this weird elliptical orbit, and I'm burning the propellant that the tug has remaining. Okay. And then I'm just going to gently push the probe into the atmosphere. Okay. There's a hard border, frag rag. So for the sake of the game, there is a hard atmospheric border where it literally just starts on 90k. Obviously, that's not true for real life. There is no. The atmosphere gets thinner the higher you go, but there is effectively no. Hey, this is atmosphere, and then this is space. Right. When do I start the litho braking process? What would be litho braking but jet fuel? What's a brand of jet fuel? Kerosene braking? Yeah. Right, here we go. Keep burning hard then. Now that we're approaching 20 seconds till the periapsis, our burn shouldn't... there we go. Yeah, we shouldn't enter the atmosphere. Signal strength is quite low. Careful. Where's my closest contact? Stand by. First hop. We're communicating... Oh, it's because we're in the chat. Our relay is being physically blocked. Okay, that's why. Yeah, the relay is in high orbit specifically to give it a good angle, but in this particular instance it's a bit too far away. Okay. So we're going to have to do this again in a minute. Alright. Oh. Yes, indeed, Fraser. So, no mods are currently installed. Yes, indeed, it has an ocean of jet fuel, apparently, Akuma. So, hydrocarbons. Okay. Right. So hopefully all this effort pays off and it has a steady descent into the atmosphere, I hope. But I want to circularize this as much as possible for that reason. So let's save there. Okay. And then let's just wait until we get to around about here. Can I just take the maneuver and... Hang on, if I click the maneuver, can I just... Next orbit. Nope, what have I just done? I fucked it up. Hang on. Just confirm the maneuver. And again, from the Perry, reduce speed. How much delta V have we got? So take me down to around 300 and... Yeah, 320 delta V, you reckon? Okay, then we'll do the rest via just atmospheric kissing. Maybe we should start the kissing now. No, drop me by another 300. Okay, 5 hours. We've got to wait. Let's go. Whee! I did 90. I did. There we are. We're up there. All right. Damn, you're right. I've now got to pay attention to my alternate stages. Darn. Okay, so it looks like we have to start the process. I've only got 214 remaining. Good shout. I didn't notice that in time. So reduce the amount here. Okay, fuck it. Let's just start atmospheric kissing. Aero braking, essentially. So it's going to be a bit boring though. So take us back down to 88.5. No lower. Maybe a little bit lower. Pretty much 88 exactly. Okay. So that's 2 hours until that maneuver. Let's do it. That's frustrating, but it is what it is. Okay. So turn to face next maneuver. Oh, shit. I just really hope that I can pull this off. Dumping the probe would work. So another design flaw, I'm afraid. The teeny weeny probe doesn't have its own control unit because I was expecting this nose cone to fly to it and dock with it and then use it as a as its like engine scaffold. So I didn't have the forethought to give it its own probe to maneuver on its own. Big error on my part. So wherever I detach that will be where it's staying from that point onwards in space until I could navigate to it. So let's get it as low as possible. Alright. So 1 second. Quick save because this is the dangerous bit. So we go. Bring us down to 88. 88.2. There we go. Confirm maneuver. Turn to face anti-normal. Alright. What happened to the bullshittery? 3R3 bus 420. I started working on another project, and I'm still working on it, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. I do want to do another bullshittery as soon as possible, but I started working on a video essay for a game called The Forest. It's made up of 24 segments, and I'm working on finishing segment 19, so it's quite far through now. You can find the first 18 parts linked below the stream, but I apologise, they're still very much a work in progress. There's way more that I want to do. It's about 2.5 hours long, and I finished 1 hour and 45 minutes. Okay. Yes, I really hope it pays off. I can only... Well, thank you for your patience, everybody. Right, here we go. Let's give it a slight spin. I know, Nadcat. Thank you, all of you. Yeah, I think it's going okay. I have no idea, Robini, but please bear with me. Give me a few more weeks to work on parts 20 to 24, and then it should be, at least in draft form, complete. And then I'll just start polishing and adding. There's a few like skits that I want to add. I need to order some props. Yeah. Thank you, John D. Thank you very much, John D. Here we go. So we're just touching the edge of the atmosphere. There goes the heating. Please don't blow up. Will I monetize the essay? No. I never do. I don't think I even have an AdSense account, to be honest. It's weird, because I keep getting emails implying that I do, but I don't. Or at least I don't think I do. There we go. We're okay. Do you think we can get away with going lower, or... Nah. How long? So 5 hours till the next burn. Oh, really? It's bullshit, is it, Glockter? Oh, dear. 1 second, sorry. Just having a reset of the music there. Okay. Thank you, Cozius, and welcome indeed. Cozius, even. There we go. Whoops. Just about to touch the atmosphere again. Just another quick spin. All right. I'm gonna level with you, Mr. Kick. You're not gonna get like a reasonable response from me, I'm afraid. I can't stand them. I don't even want to go through that process. I don't even want to go down that road of making an account and starting to sort that out and running adverts, but only just these adverts. And I immediately seize up. I hate adverts. I just hate them. I hate all the people that run them. Sorry, you're not. Yeah, you're not wrong at all. But I'm not being reasonable. Just the concept of advertising disgusts me. But anyway, let's not go there. Okay. Back again, back and forth and back and forth. Oh, we could be here a long while, actually. We didn't even go down that much. And I've only got how much fuel left? 214. Could do another burn. What happens if we go a little bit lower? Well, I could always, just load it if we explode, you know. Okay, let's go a bit lower. Add maneuver, reduce speed, go down to 80's way too low. What if we went down to 85? Just 86. Go down to 86. Here we go. Okay. Thank you, Darts. Thank you very much, Darts. Right. And thank you, Lurker. BC Lurker. Hi there, BC Lurker. Okay. What's SM, heli pilot? What does that mean? What are you working? There we go. Oh, you work in social media? Oh, God. Ooh, my sympathies. Ugh. Here we go. Teeny weeny burn. I've just quick saved, haven't I? There we go. 85 kilometers. There we go, but no lower. Right. Yeah, I find myself, so what is it? I got rid of Twitter years ago. I don't, sorry, not Twitter. I got rid of Facebook years ago. I don't bother with Twitter. Stopped using that months ago. Yeah, life is much more peaceful when you don't give a fuck about social media. Okay. Right. Here we go. About to touch. Sorry, yeah. For those just joining, this is probably not the most interesting thing in the world. I'm basically skimming across the surface of a pond. That pond being the atmosphere of this planet. Now, I just reduced my altitude to be even lower than I was a minute ago, so this could cause my vessel to explode, because this atmosphere is no joke. This is Eve. She is a very cruel mistress. I think I've pushed it too far. If we lose solar panels, it's not necessarily a big deal. We have replaceable solar panels. Oof. Oh. Oh, what have we lost? There we go, we're climbing again. Okay, I think it just was a solar panel, wasn't it? Another one. Yeah, they're quite vulnerable to heat. It's to be expected. Okay, how did we do that time? That was quite a bit, actually. Okay. We're okay. I think we're okay. Right. So we've still got 213 Delta V in the main engine compartment there. Here. Alright. Cool. Give another save. I think we're okay. Despite the destruction, I think we're okay. So let's go once again. Same thing. Warp around. 5 hours. Okay. Right. So, yeah. I mean, we might even try to circularize just with... I mean, you know, we could always give... what I'm saying about me quick loading and all that, we could always give a go of me just trying to do the mission and just see what happens without fully circularizing. Whoops. Like now, if I were to initiate the mission now and just to see what happens... Yeah, why not? We'll do it on the next one. Keep spinning. Keep spinning, keep spinning, keep spinning. Retract the panels? They cannot be retracted. We lost another one? Whoops. Owie, owie, owie. Another one. Here we go, we're climbing. Okay, let's give it a welly then. So let's try to do what I was, yeah, trying to do. So, what we'll do is we'll climb. So let's go here, warp here. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. Okay? So what we do is we turn the craft in such a way that its inflatable heat shield is at the right angle as it touches the atmosphere. Okay. So, let's go. So, quick save now. So, a maneuver here to... Well, again, I've got to aim for the ocean as well. Shouldn't forget that. Maybe I should wait a couple of rotations until the ocean is on that side, because otherwise we're going to hit land. Well, again, I can just load it if it doesn't work out. So here we go. So add maneuver, and then let's reduce to what? 13? Yeah, let's go with 13. Okay, so that's a 19 burn. Turn to face maneuver. Okay. Right, here we go. So which way? So I've got to turn to face maneuver, and then I've got to turn to face prograde, I think. So here we go. 11 minutes. Indeed. Probably too high, Herviniska, but we'll see. Right, so let's now quick save. Right, here we go. Maybe I went too far. Teeny weeny burn. Here we go. So we are now doing a suicide run. Okay, there we go. So this is my plan. Right, stop. Confirm maneuver. Turn prograde. Don't quick save because I might need to load it again, particularly if we miss the ocean. Okay. So prograde. Right. Ooh, weird angle. Okay, there we go. And then it's got to be absolutely still. Okay. Ready. Hold it completely still. It's still. Here we go. Decouple now. Probe launched. This one will now have to do its own independent maneuver in order to avoid impact. But now that it's got less mass to push, there shouldn't be a problem. This one is about to enter Eve's atmosphere. Inflate the shield. Heat shield deployed. Good luck. Right. So, this one now has to put down a maneuvering node in order to stop itself from doing a kamikaze. There we go. 70. There we go. Plenty of delta V to do it. See what I'm doing? See my plan? 9 minutes has to do this burn. Question is it gonna bump into that? It's going to... it needs to pick up speed, doesn't it? Which means... Is this going to smash into us? Give them more time to separate. There we go. There we go. Whoops. Have I cocked up? What have I just done wrong here? Add maneuver in order to increase my speed and therefore my periapsis up to there. There we go. Weird. Right. Time warp complete. Turn to face maneuver. Am I backwards? Am I back to front? Get rid of that. Disable control from here. Why is my peri going into the negative? Reverse control from here? Have I... Control from here default. Reversed. Yeah, have I just done a thicky McThickerson? What have I done? Control from here. Yeah. Alright, you know what? Just fucking... Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. There we go. Just increase my speed. There we go. Perry. Okay. Good. There we go. It's safe. So that midsection is now safe, even though its orbit is stupid elliptical. Okay, so let's make sure we switch over to our... Damn it. Okay, it's gone a little bit too far from us, so we're going to have to switch to it. So, the relay. Which one are we? Shit. What are we flying? What is this thing? Oh, there we go. I've done it. Sweet. We're good. Okay, so let's now see what happens. I don't have SAS control due to the lack of a torque wheel, so let's warp straight down to Eve and see if we were facing the right way. Here we go. So we're both falling, but he's on a nice stable orbit and we are not. So, what's going to happen? Is it going to tumble? My expectation is probably, yes, it's probably going to tumble. Okay. So where is... well, I can always just manually jettison the heat shield. Here we go. We've just touched the atmosphere. So what's going to happen? Ooh. Don't tumble, don't tumble. Oh no. Without the torque wheel, I can't spin it correctly. Ah! Rats. Rats, rats, rats. Bloody hell. Try again with the engines. Would it be enough though? Fuck. I can't believe I didn't put a torque wheel on it. It seems so obvious, you know? Seems like the first thing I would have done. Okay. Let's try that then. So let's try again. So, hi there Tom. ZF Tom is in the chat. Try again, this time with engine control, which will mean propellant being burnt, which is something I absolutely didn't want. Okay. There we go. Whoops. No, we're fine. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, maybe it was too steep in incoming as well. Let's not go as steep. Let's go a bit shallower. Okay, so there we go. So now, same deal. Give it a bit of a spin as well. I don't know if that spin is going to transfer past the warp. So you know, there we go. Make sure we're facing retrograde. Actually, don't do the spin because of the Oh yeah, don't forget to find a prograde. Okay. Thank you, Burko, and Dragon Itch, and Darts. Thank you, all of you. And Boozosaurus, thank you. And John D. Thank you for your kindness, everyone. Okay. Alas, the Twitch point system is another one of these things implemented, but I'm not entirely sure what it's for. Or rather, it doesn't really have a place in the content that I deliver, so... Right, so I can't really give it a spin, what with it being so lopsided. Okay. So just leave it be. Okay, so here we go. So is it holding steady? Seems so. Let's decouple. Okay. Decoupling performed. Switch to this vessel. Then I want to turn to face prograde, direction of travel. This one is to inflate the heat shield and initiate manually each of these engines to give me some measure of control at the cost of the fuel that I need to get back, so, you know, I can't burn them much. Right. Okay. So what happens if I do give this a little puff? Be careful. We have RCS, do we not? We do. Well, be careful. If we go, we want where we want to go, we'll bash into them. So speed up the time. Let them float. Okay. Forward we go. How much mono do we even have? Yeah, we've got quite a bit. Keep pushing. Good luck. Right. Maybe save the rest for the minute. Turn around. Retrograde. There we go. No idea, Dylan. I'm just playing it for my own amusement. There we go. Forward we go. Right, there we go. It's safe. Switch the probe. We now have engine control and gimbals, which is something we didn't have before. Alright, let's go. So confirm maneuver and then warp down to the edge of the atmosphere. Here we go. Right. See what happens now, eh? So, with a little bit of push, I should be able to steer it because they're gimbals. So you see the engines are wiggling. I can determine which direction the propellant is going to fly. Alright. Zebedee, that. Gimbaled engines, which will let me turn and subsequently apply a spin. Okay. Right. So let's get a bit closer before we do. Get ready, we're about to touch. Come on, give me. Turn retrograde. Oh, too much. I don't have enough control. No, goddamn. Oh, the lack of a torque wheel. Fuck a duck. I don't think it's going to happen, not without a torque wheel. One last try. One last try. I'm going to try and give it a lot of spin, if at all possible. Is there a way that I can... Hang on. I've had an idea, but that is a really, really silly idea. That is so silly that I should not do it. In fact, it's a stupid idea. Thank you, Only Sam. Thank you very much, Only Sam. Okay. How would I do that, though? So my idea is to suicide run this vehicle purely for the purpose of giving it a spin. It'll probably get the probe down okay, but we'll lose this little guy, and this is the thing that's meant to bring the sample back home. So I'd have to send another Eve mission just with a little one of these to grab the sample, even if this does escape the planet's surface. But at least it's cheaper than sending the whole damn thing. Can't I leave it in orbit? Well, I could, but I don't think such a weird elliptical orbit like this, our little return probe is going to be able to match it. It won't have the delta V. Oh, you're right, Lulu. Okay, you got something in your throat. Twitch account, if you could kindly not tell me stuff like that. Figuring out the delta V requirements is a big part of it. Okay, so... But I suppose you do raise a good point. I've got no way of knowing whether that probe will even work until I test it. Okay. Fuck it, let's just give it a welly, see what happens. So detach this probe from the vessel, and you're going to see the first, well, one of the major fuck-ups I've made. So control from here. Not control from here, I want to detach. Undock. So firstly, oh dear, that's not properly attached. Okay, so that is now, so it has its own reaction wheel, xenon container, recharged battery, and then bizarrely, what? I did? It does have its own probe control unit. So why did I think that it did not? So I do have control over this. Do I? Hibernation mode off. It is fully functional. Okay. So maybe this might work. Maybe. Maybe, actually. That's a good sign. Okay, so that could be... Because that could come down low. Right. And it has a torque wheel, doesn't it? That's debris. Hang on. Where are you? What's going on? Okay, we'll deal with that later. Oh, really? The, it thinks the antenna is the thing. Well, I'll find it then. Hang on. Where is it? What's going on here? What the fuck? Weird. Okay. Right, so let's try my little idea. So, turn to face the maneuvering node. Okay. Right, here we go. Reduce our speed. Okay, so let's come in on about 40, let's say. Yeah, coming on 40. Okay, and then we're going to turn prograde. Is that true? Hang on. So basically I'm going to use this torque wheel to initiate a spin and then detach a slow spin, because obviously there's that misalignment that's going to cause a huge problem. Detach and then send it into the atmosphere and see if the spin will be enough. It might not be, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. So let's move to here. Warp to next maneuver. Whoops. Warp. Yeah, it's probably not going to work, and then it'll explode, and we'll send something better next time. Okay, here we go. So, we're falling towards Eve. Also, I've just lost the music again. 1 minute. Just going to try and get something. No, I haven't. It's just changing tracks. There we go. Okay. So, where are we falling? Which way are we going? We're going this way. Right. So what's going on? What's with the... so control from here, if you please. There we go. So we're turning to face prograde. We actually want retrograde then, don't we? Okay. Then we'll give it a very slight spin. Question is, will this shatter in our path and explode? That's always a possibility. Right. Could try to use the RCS to just blast it out of the way. But I need to launch it at the last possible minute. Right, so there we go. So just hold it retrograde. And start spinning. Let me just... What's the sort of limits of the spin here? Little taps, because it's misaligned, see? I just want to impart a spin onto our probe as it falls. No, I'm not feeling particularly confident with this. Can I give the probe overall control? Does that help counteract the spin somehow? Where is the probe control unit? Stack separator. It's in there somewhere. It's probably exactly where my camera is. Right. Here we go. So let me just go here. 500. Okay, I'm actually going to... Yeah, so no more time warping. Yeah, good idea. We'll use the last of the SAS. Sorry, the last of the RCS. Okay. Will that help, I wonder? Or make it worse? No, it does help. Okay. So give it a steady spin to the best of our ability. So for those just joining, I'm about to try and drop a probe. Oh no, are we going to miss the oceans? Ah! If we miss the oceans, it's all for a wash. It's all... I'll just have to quick load it and try again. Okay. Here we go. Get ready to ditch. $200. Keep going, keep going. Right, get ready to jettison. 188. Oh, careful, watch out. A little bit of a wobble. Gently, gently. Okay, here we go. Decoupling now. Right, push yourself out the way. Push yourself out the way. Just get somewhere. Don't care where you go, just so so long as you're not in the way. Okay, spin has been imparted. Inflate the heat shield. Will that spin be enough? My gut says probably not. Again, no torque wheel. Okay. Yeah, goodbye again, probe. Yeah. Oh, it's so off, isn't it? Teeny burn. Here we go. We're about to kiss the atmosphere. Ooh, what's burning there? Oh, no, I'm accidentally cooking one of my own fins with the engine wash. Here we go. So we're touching the atmosphere. Here we go. Those parts are now slowing down massively because of that. Oh, the engine in front of us just detonated. There he goes. You can see it. No. Keep us on target. Keep us on target. Oh my god, we're gonna die. No, it's going off. Oh god. Nah. Yeah, we need lots of torque wheels. Bugger. Oh, shit the bed. Our Morales probe can't succeed. God damn. How has this survived longer than the goddamn probe? Bloody hell. There we go. I'm amazed it's still intact. Careening through the atmosphere at 45 kilometers above the surface. Is it gonna... Its speed is going down. Really? 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 No. Do you think? No. Shall we? Yeah, fuck right off if that... Shall we? Should we give it a go? Shall we use the tug as the heat shield? That's never gonna work. That's so stupid. So hang on, can I actually inflate the heat shield? Like at the same time, or would it just jettison? Hang on. No, don't jettison. No, we can't even initiate it. So no, all of that is just going to explode, surely. All the sensitive stuff that we really need. Okay, first things first. You bog off. You go do your thing. Okay. Let me just make sure you're not, like, identified as wreckage or something. Rename vessel, probe, Cupid. Oh yeah, I called you Cupid. Extend solar panels. Right, you don't want to go where we're going, Cupid. You stay up here. Okay. So, sorry, what was my altitude? Was it like 50 something? I can't remember what I aimed for. Hang on. This is never going to work. This is a ridiculous idea. Oh, extend the antenna? Whoops. Uh-oh. Did I just lose Cupid? Fuck, sorry. Bear with me. Let me load it, extend the antenna, relaunch Cupid. Okay. Cupid, off you go. Undock. Cupid is just happy to be involved, frankly. Look at him. Extending his arms, cheering. Woo! Good luck, Morales, it says. Okay. Probodyne, there we go. Extend the communications antenna. Beep boop. This is Cupid. Good luck. Alright. Turn to face maneuvering node, warp to next maneuver. Ooh. Right, okay. Thank you, Ripley Future. Thank you very much, Ripley Future. There we go. Teeny weeny bun. We do have fuel left. We may as well use it. Indeed. Let's just see if this thing can even potentially... Okay, that's enough. 47. Potentially get down. Here we go. Last attempt before I need to go and get on with editing today, folks. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're just joining, I'm attempting to land a probe on Venus, an extremely dangerous planet. Its reputation is well earned. Right. So, weirdly, the engine compartment survived re-entry. Okay. We'll be doing some armor later, Tanuki, so this evening. So I'm sure I'll be about for some armor. Alright. If this fucking succeeds... Nah, it's not going to succeed. I shouldn't even remotely get my hopes up. There's no fucking way. None. Zero. Zilch. Alright, here we go. 200. Give it a gentle spin now. Besides, all this shit is going to start exploding on me. So at least now we have a torque wheel, so you'll see what the probe will be doing with the ability to generate torque. Once it starts burning, jettison it and activate the heat shield. It will merely crash into our craft. Okay. Here we go. We touch the atmosphere. The solar panel's going to be the first thing to go. Boom. Engines are now heating up. Oof. Bloody hell, look at that. It's incredible. Engines overheating. Keep spinning very gently. Initiate RCS to assist. We're getting buffeted around a lot. Oh, there goes something. Probably a battery. Oh no, there goes something really important. Oh no. Oh no. Nah. Too top heavy. Oh shit. Okay. Well, at least with the next Morales probe, we know what we must do. So I can see numerous areas where I can improve the design. So better torque wheels. Not have it off-center, so we centralize it. So generally fix the nerve engines to make the transfer much more efficient. Torque wheels, obviously. Right. Oh, and also don't put the stack separator on backwards. That would necessitate an entire mission just to send engineers to fix it. Right. Thank you again, everyone. This has been Kerbal Space Program. This was Eve. Good luck with your own attempts to get to the moon to start with, of all things, let alone this monster. Right. So, I'm going to go get on with editing, and I'll do my best, and I'll be back later. So in the meantime, let me have a look and see who's doing what. 1 second. Thank you, Ripley Future, and Oris, and Techie, and Master of Holland. Thank you, all of you. Now, who's playing what? Let me just have a quick look. So, in the clan, Joink is playing Civilizations, I think, and he's the only one I'm currently following, so I will leave you in his company. So this is ZF Joink. He's playing the game Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful afternoon.